Hi, FirstTee-Phoenix, and welcome to this week's PAR lesson. We're going to be talking about having fun while you learn. There are 3 components of that. So you're going to repeat after me. It's be positive.
Be positive.
Be patient.
Be patient.
And you're going to ask for help.
Ask for help.
Absolutely. So why is it important to have these 3 things while you're learning? You want to have fun. Is it fun when you're being negative? Absolutely not. Is it fun to learn new things and just think that you can get it really quickly when you can't? No, you got to be patient with yourself and take your time, right? And the most important thing is you got to ask for help. Remember, this is something new for you. You're not going to get it right away. So look to your coaches, look to your parents, look to your teachers, look to someone else to be able to help you. They have a little bit more experience with it, so take the time. So number 2, be positive, be patient, and ask for help. We're also going to be working on our full swing and our putting today. So with in regards to those pieces, we're going to be working on the centeredness of hit. So are you hitting that golf ball in the center of the club face? We're going to be working on those pieces for you today. And then we're also going to be talking about our golf rule today is going to be lost ball. This is a big one. So if you hit your golf ball out of bounds or you think it might be lost, what do you do with that? So if you hit your golf ball, you go to look for it, you have 3 minutes in order to search for your golf ball. All right? After those 3 minutes are up, that ball is considered lost. Let's say you're on the tee and you think you hit it out of bounds. You can do what's called hitting a provisional. All right? You have to announce that you're hitting a provisional. What this ends up doing is you end up hitting another golf ball into hopefully the center of the fairway this time. This keeps and saves you time just in case you do end up losing that golf ball. Instead of going all the way back to the tee and hitting another one after the lost golf ball, you save time by hitting that provisional. So let's get over onto the golf course today and work on our putting and full swing. All right, we're out here on the putting activity for you guys today. So what we talked about earlier, we're working on centeredness of hit. So what we did for this, we're setting up a golf hole around, set up about 3 feet around the golf, 3 to 4 feet here. Depending on the level, you can do a little bit more. So you can do 5 feet, 6 feet, 10 feet. I always like to work on shorter putts because if you can't make those short ones, you're never gonna have a good score out there. So always like to work on these shorter putts specifically, especially when it comes to centers of hit. So we've got our putter here. And what we ended up doing is putting some rubber bands around the center of the club face, right? So this is the center of the club face. We want the golf ball to hit in the center of the club face for you. So Coach Greg's going to demonstrate. He's going to try and hit at the center of the club face here. He's going to set up for the putt. And what we're going to do with this today is going to make some noise out here. It's a little loud with some plates and stuff like that going on. So we got to make sure we're really loud here. So every time Coach Greg makes a putt, we want to make some noise. All right, let's try it. This isn't the 16th hole out here, Greg. All right, Coach Greg, we want to have some
wasn't good sportsmanship.
Was it? Not good sportsmanship. Yep. So again, he's lining it up in the center of the club face here first. That way we make sure we're setting ourselves up correctly. And then he's going to putt it down towards the middle there. Hopefully we'll make another one. But you got to keep going around. Again, he's going to all different places on the golf course, or around the hole, right? He's not going to the same one twice because you never hit the same putt twice. And make it in there, go.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
There you go. Make some noise with it, okay? All right, see if you can do his 4th one over here. Sad day. All right, so Coach Ray's going to keep going around this golf hole until he can make all of them over here. So now, with regards to this, we also want to make sure that we're hitting that club head face. He's hitting it center, right? But maybe he's pulling it or things that way. So maybe he wants to tighten the rubber bands a little bit for himself to make it a little bit harder. That way he keeps a little bit straighter of a stroke with that too. So depending on your level and how well you get at this, you can narrow down that center. You can make these putts a little bit longer or shorter. Woo!
Yes!
Toby!
Yes!
Toby! R.I.P.
So I'm definitely working on my process goal here.
Absolutely. So when we're out here on the golf course today, we're working on that process goal. That's the part that you can 100% control out here, right? You're working on those short putts. You're wanting to hit the center of the club face, and you're wanting to hit the center of the hole. Now, Coach Greg, go ahead and hit one a little off center. What happens when you deal with those rubber bands?
Oh, wow.
What happens?
One, I could feel it. It was like really soft.
Yeah. kind of
And
dead,
it,
right?
it hit it way offline from where I was trying to aim.
Yeah, so it's a little dead off. It didn't go straight down the middle of your line, so I want to make sure that's why we're hitting in the center. That's why that focus is there.
I definitely got feedback by the feel of what the ball felt like when it hit.
Exactly. Putting, especially to me, is a very big a field portion of your game. So obviously you want to have good mechanics a part of it too. Woo woo!
Yes, coach.
So that's what we want right there. But remember, that's going to be part of it. Is you're going to have a nice feel. That's you want to feel that center of the club head face on that one. All right. Well, we'll go over to the full swing for you guys. We'll see you over there in a little bit. All right. So we're over here on the range today, working on our full swing. So we're talking about centeredness of hit. So where are you hitting it on the club face specifically? Are you hitting it in the center? Are you hitting it on the toe, on the heel, wherever that might be? You have a big face to work with, right? So where on the club face are you specifically hitting it? So what we're going to end up doing today is we're going to use a tool that you can find anywhere. Some foot powder, and it's specifically a spray, okay? This is going to be able to stick to the golf club. You can buy this, obviously we bought this at a CVS, but you can buy this anywhere, any sort of drugstore, grocery store, anything like that. You can also use foot powder if you wet your club face a little bit, but this is the best option that we found to use, and it's pretty relatively inexpensive when you consider impact tape or things like that. So we're going to spray the club head here. Coach Doug's club sprays it, sees a nice white surface there, coating it nicely. So he's going to hit his first shot here, and we're going to see where on the club face he specifically hits this shot. Nicely done. That's a good swing. So let's take a look at that. So you can see where the ball mark went. It ended up being a little bit towards the heel, but overall in the center, right into the center area here. All right, let's go ahead and hit another one. Don't need a respray. There's plenty of spray on that still. Now, Coach Greg, when you hit that last shot, did it feel? How did that feel to you? Did it feel pretty good on the center?
I felt that it was inside,
Good.
and it actually went a little left of my target.
Okay, there you go.
That's got to be more towards the middle.
More towards the middle.
Oh,
Yep.
I guess so.
On point, right? So when you're using this foot spray and trying to figure out the center of your club face, definitely kind of guess what you're going to be doing. So if you think that that's a little bit more on the toe, guess what it is first, how it feels to you, and then look at the club head face. That'll help you get a better idea without the foot spray and where you're hitting it on the golf course. Because obviously you can't use this on the golf course. So it gives you a better idea of those pieces. All right, so cool part too with this, obviously it's easy to clean up. Don't have to worry about it getting too crazy over here,
Oop.
right?
That's what she said. No, that'll come off.
Yeah, so just wet it a little bit, it'll come off really easy for you, so you're not going to ruin your golf clubs or anything like that. But definitely working on the centerness of the club head, want to making sure you're getting right in the center if at all possible, and realize how it feels when it's not in the center, and what can you do to be in the center. So let's say you did hit it on the toe here, Coach. What do you want to do to hit it more in the center of the club face? If you feel like you hit it more on the toe specifically, what does the ball look like even?
If I hit it on the toe, my ball will normally go a little right and draw.
Okay.
Because the clubs are built that way to help correct the flight. So what I would want to do, I might have been too far away, so I'm hitting it out here. I might move just that ½ inch closer.
Yep.
I might have also pulled my hands in. So basically what I want to do is figure out a way to keep that path going right through along to the tee's going to hit in the center of the club face.
Absolutely. Almost kind of having a track essentially down your club head, right? Creating some railroad tracks essentially.
One of the games you can do if you're doing that is go ahead and make a game. Make it about the size of your driver. Then tee that ball up in the middle.
So yeah, let's do both. Well, why not? So let's see.
So we're going to tee it up in the middle. Now if I go through,
Just for fun. Okay.
if I go through and not hit either one of those tees, I should be hitting the ball pretty close to the middle. Let's see how that works.
Yep.
Now I didn't hit a tee, but I felt that one low and on the heel, and there it is.
Definitely low on the heel, right? So that ball flight wasn't too bad as far as straight goes. Kind of pulled it a little bit, but ended up curving a little bit to your right, right? Because it auto-corrects, so your body knows what it's doing too. Listen to your body when you're out here, guys. Obviously, you want to have good mechanics and hitting it square and centered through, but you know what you're doing. If you're aiming super far right or your body's going super far one way or the other, you can kind of feel the difference and your body wants to adjust. We're all athletes out here. We're trying to be one, so essentially that's really going to help us out. So.
And we talked about over on chipping, how do you get that feel? Practice, right?
Absolutely.
The more we practice these kinds of drills, the more we start to feel what that good shot was.
Yeah, absolutely. Practice, practice, practice.
And then you can repeat it.
Absolutely. All right, well, that's our centeredness of hit out here on the range here for you guys today. We'll see you next week. All right, guys, that is our par class for today. So we did a full swing, worked on the range. We're on the putting green today as well. So we're talking about centeredness of hit, trying to hit the center of the club face. We also talked about our life skill today, which is having fun while you learn. You know, remember, there's 3 different parts to that. You want to be positive, be patient, and you want to ask for help. And then we also talked about our rule, which is a lost ball and hitting provisional. So for our wrap up today, we're actually going to push that over to our Facebook Live event, which will be happening on Wednesday. We're going to answer 3 questions for you. So the first question we'll be talking about having fun while you learn, okay? Why is it important to even do that? Why do we want to have fun at all? Why? We don't want to have any fun ever, right? Just kidding. You always want to have fun while you learn, so why is it important to be able to do that? All right, we're also talking about centeredness of hit. So why do we want to hit it into the center of the club face? Why do we want to do that? Why can't we hit it off the toe all day? Why do we not want to do that? And our third part is we're talking about our lost ball and provisional. So when you're hitting it into a penalty area, is that considered part of a lost ball, or is that something completely different? So those are going to be the 3 questions that we're going to be answering for you guys on Wednesday at our Facebook Live event.